what's the cause, and can it be avoided?
Well, the cause, like I said, some people just can't avoid it at all. They're built wrong, all right? You just, anatomically, they don't have the mandible and the upper jaw related properly to their skull. They're called retrognathic, back of normal. That limits the airway. The biggest cause by far is the plague of America we're seeing in adults and children is obesity. The bigger the neck, Jerry, the bigger the neck, the smaller the airway. Yeah, that's just, it's inverse proportion. We got these big men, the linemen for pro football are susceptible. They have 19-inch necks and even bigger, and that means that's just narrowing down that airway more and more. So the cause, as I would say, the number one cause is obesity. We're seeing that tremendously in children too. Got to be addressed. Leads to diabetes. The next cause in younger kids would be tonsils and adenoids that are enlarged. So you talk about, is there a cure? About 50% of the time when the tonsils and adenoids are removed on a child, and that's done usually young, between 2 and 5 years old, there's tremendous improvement, but not 100%. You have throat form, some people's throat form, you have a long soft palate, that's a little bit more of a troublesome problem than somebody with a short palate. So it goes on, and you can see it's a variety of causes.
I had a question that is there a cure, but you kind of seem to have answered that already. Part of the cure, if not all the cure, part of the cure would be lose weight.
Well, let's talk about the cure. Unfortunately, you can't say that we have a cure for sleep apnea. And a lot of people, and another problem, it can be progressive. A lot of people that have sleep apnea, not everybody with sleep apnea, Jerry, is overweight. I mean, we see some very, very thin, and you wonder what in the world is going on here. So you can't just say obesity, you lose weight is the cause and the cure. There really is not a cure, Jerry. Some people get tremendous help and reduce the amount of the index of sleep apnea per hour and get it down to a normal range. But unfortunately, some of the older mid-age people, 50s, 60s, they can get worse. So it can go either way. You can improve it or it can get worse. But you need to be on top of it.
If I think I have sleep apnea, what should I do, or how do I find out or prove that I do? What would be my next step?
Well, the whole key is a sleep study. It's called a polysomnogram. That is done in a sleep clinic, and that is where you are electronically wired up. They monitor every kind of almost bodily function you can think of. It's a little bit wider study than just they're looking for everything, plus the sleep apnea, central apnea, other things too. But the gold standard for diagnosis is the nighttime sleep study.
So if I think I have this, what would be my next step? What do I do?
Your next step would be to schedule an appointment with a sleep physician. Have your provider make that appointment for you, or you got to go through your primary care physician, who'd be more than willing, if he suspected it too, for you to have the polysomnographic study, a nighttime study. That's the diagnostic criteria.